Every human carries weaknesses, some visible, some hidden deep within. Machiavelli centuries ago taught that recognizing your weaknesses is not a mark of failure but the first step toward mastery. Today we will explore how understanding, confronting, and ultimately erasing your weaknesses can transform your life. Weakness often stems from fear. Fear of judgment, fear of loss, fear of confrontation. It keeps you small, keeps you silent, and stops you from achieving your full potential. Machiavelli believed that fear can be a tool, but it must be controlled. If fear controls you, you are weak. If you control fear, it becomes your instrument. To erase weakness, you must first identify your fears. Write them down. Look at them honestly. Name them and give yourself the power to face them. Another source of weakness is indecision. People hesitate, overthink, and miss opportunities. Machiavelli emphasized the power of decisiveness. The world rewards action. Weakness is often rooted in the inability to act. Strength comes from bold, calculated decisions. Train yourself to act even when uncertain. Learn from mistakes, but never let hesitation paralyze you. Every moment wasted in indecision is a moment your strength is diminished. Physical and mental discipline are crucial. A weak body leads to a weak mind, and a weak mind attracts weakness in character. Machiavelli observed leaders who fell not due to enemies, but because they lacked self-control. Train your body, push your limits, condition your mind, challenge your thoughts, practice restraint. In mastering yourself, you eradicate weakness. Do not ignore social weakness. Your environment and relationships shape your power. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, not those who indulge your fears. Observe those around you. Learn from their strengths and weaknesses. Use alliances wisely, as Machiavelli would advise. Weakness in relationships can be as destructive as weakness in character. Choose your companions carefully, for they will either elevate you or drag you down. Weakness also comes from complacency. Comfort is the enemy of growth. Machiavelli taught that fortune favors the prepared. Complacency lulls you into false security, while continuous learning and adaptation build invincibility. Erase weakness by never settling. Seek knowledge, refine skills, and anticipate challenges before they arrive. The person who stops growing becomes the person who becomes irrelevant. Emotional weakness is subtle but lethal. Anger, envy, and attachment can cloud judgment. Machiavelli believed that emotion must never dominate strategy. Cultivate patience and awareness. Recognize when emotions rise and learn to act with clarity rather than impulse. Strength lies in control. The man who controls his emotions controls his destiny. Resilience is key. Weakness is often revealed in adversity. When challenges strike, do not break. Learn from failure, but never let it define you. Machiavelli praised those who rise from adversity stronger than before. Erasing weakness requires facing challenges head-on, understanding their lessons, and using them to build a more formidable version of yourself. Finally, remember that erasing weakness is not a single act, but a continuous process. Every day is a test. Every interaction, decision, and thought is an opportunity to strengthen your mind, body, and character. Weakness is a choice, strength is a practice. By applying Machiavellian wisdom to your daily life, through courage, discipline, decisiveness, and strategic awareness, you transform not just yourself but the world around you. In conclusion, embrace the journey of self-mastery. Confront your fears, act decisively, condition your body and mind, choose your companions wisely, remain relentless in learning, control your emotions, and rise resilient from adversity. Weakness is not permanent. It can be erased step by step, thought by thought, action by action. Watch, learn, apply, and become the version of yourself that Machiavelli would recognize, a person of strength, strategy, and unshakable presence. Let's dive deeper into understanding weakness. One of the most dangerous forms of weakness is self-deception. Many people believe they are strong, but they ignore the subtle cracks in their character. Machiavelli warned against this illusion. True strength begins with brutal honesty about oneself. Look in the mirror. Ask yourself, where do I falter? Where do I make excuses? Where do I avoid responsibility? Only when you acknowledge these cracks can you begin to repair them. Consider the power of observation. Weak individuals often act without understanding the consequences. They react emotionally rather than strategically. Machiavelli emphasized that to erase weakness, one must study human behavior, not just your own, but of others as well. Learn to read intentions, detect manipulation, and anticipate challenges. The more you understand, the less vulnerable you become. Knowledge is armor against weakness. Let us talk about habit. Weakness is often ingrained in daily routines. Laziness, procrastination, indulgence in comfort. These small acts accumulate, creating a foundation of weakness. To erase this, discipline must be built habit by habit. Start small. Wake up early, exercise, read daily, confront one fear each day. Machiavelli would say that consistency is more powerful than occasional grand gestures. Daily discipline forms the backbone of lasting strength. Weakness is amplified by dependency. Many people rely excessively on others for validation, support, or direction. Machiavelli's teachings remind us that ultimate strength lies in independence. Cultivate self-reliance. Build skills that make you capable of standing alone. When you are dependent, every setback in your environment weakens you. Independence, on the other hand, allows you to act freely, decisively, and strategically. Let's address fear of conflict. Weak people avoid confrontation at all costs, but Machiavelli observed that leaders and powerful individuals never shy away from conflict. Avoiding confrontation does not preserve safety. It invites exploitation. Erase weakness by embracing necessary conflict. Speak your truth, assert your boundaries, and take responsibility for difficult decisions. The person who fears confrontation becomes prey. The person who manages it becomes a force to be reckoned with. Another subtle source of weakness is overattachment. People attach themselves to outcomes, people, and ideas, and when these attachments are threatened, they crumble. Machiavelli taught detachment as a tool. Emotional independence is strength. Learn to act without attachment to praise, fear of rejection, or obsession with results. Focus on strategy, action, and growth rather than clinging to external validations. Let's not forget mental agility. Weak minds are rigid. They resist change, cling to old ideas, and fear innovation. Machiavelli recognized that fortune favors the adaptable. To erase weakness, cultivate flexibility. Train yourself to pivot when circumstances change, to see opportunities in adversity, and to adjust your strategy without losing sight of your ultimate goals. A strong mind adapts. A weak mind resists and suffers. Now consider the importance of vision. Weakness often arises from aimlessness. Without a clear objective, energy dissipates and fear fills the gaps. Machiavelli taught that power requires direction. Define your goals, set a strategy, and commit to them with relentless focus. A clear vision provides strength. It acts as a compass, guiding you through uncertainty and shielding you from distractions that breed weakness. Physical endurance and mental toughness go hand in hand. Weakness is not only a matter of intellect, but also of stamina. Push your limits. Challenge your comfort zones. When you overcome physical discomfort, fatigue, and strain, you build resilience that transcends the body. Machiavelli observed that leaders who could endure both mental and physical trials commanded respect and influence. Strength in adversity is visible. Weakness in comfort is invisible but fatal. Machiavelli also emphasized timing. Weak people act impulsively or delay unnecessarily. Strength lies in knowing when to act, when to wait, and when to strike. Erasing weakness requires patience, observation, and strategic timing. Cultivate awareness of moments when action can yield the greatest advantage. Time is a weapon. Mastery over it is a sign of power. Finally, understand that erasing weakness is an ongoing journey. Every challenge you face is a mirror showing areas to improve. Every interaction, failure, or setback is a teacher. Commit to daily practice. Refine your habits, expand your knowledge, control your emotions, and build your resilience. Strength is cultivated through continuous effort, vigilance, and strategic awareness. Weakness is not a permanent state. It is a challenge waiting to be conquered. In closing, imagine yourself as a sculptor. Your character is the marble, and Machiavellian wisdom is the chisel. With each decision, action, and reflection, you carve away weakness and reveal strength. Fear, indecision, emotional instability, laziness, dependency, they are all excess material waiting to be removed. With discipline, strategy, and relentless self-improvement, you can become a masterpiece of power and presence. Every day is your opportunity to erase weakness. Every challenge, every fear, every hesitation is a chance to grow stronger. Watch this video not as a simple lesson, but as a blueprint for transformation. Apply it, practice it, live it. Weakness is not your destiny. Strength is if you choose it. Let's explore another dimension of weakness: internal doubt. Often, the greatest enemy is not the world around us, but the voice inside our own minds. Self-doubt whispers, "Or not enough. You cannot succeed. You're not capable." Machiavelli believed that those who conquer themselves are stronger than those who conquer nations. To erase weakness, confront self-doubt head-on. Recognize it for what it is, a mental pattern, not reality. Replace it with rational assessment, preparation, and unwavering focus on your actions rather than your fears. Weakness can also arise from dependency on others' opinions. People who constantly seek validation are trapped in the judgments of others. Machiavelli warned that a leader must be guided by strategy, not sentiment. Similarly, in life, to erase weakness, you must act according to your own vision, not to please or appease. Understand that criticism and praise are tools to guide you, but they should never dictate your actions. True strength emerges when you are independent in thought and action. Let's consider social manipulation, a subtle form of weakness. People who are easily influenced, distracted, or emotionally swayed lose control over their life. Machiavelli wrote extensively on manipulation, not to encourage deceit, but to teach awareness. To erase weakness, you must first understand how influence works. Observe interactions carefully, detect hidden motives, and remain composed. The moment you allow others to control your emotions, your power diminishes. Awareness transforms vulnerability into strength. Another source of weakness is procrastination. The mind that delays action accumulates fear, regret, and hesitation. Machiavelli's principle is clear: fortune favors the proactive. Each moment you hesitate, weakness strengthens its grip. Erase procrastination by breaking tasks into small, manageable steps. Begin now. Do not wait for perfect conditions. Perfection is often an excuse for inaction. Action breeds confidence, inaction breeds weakness. We must address fear of failure. Many people avoid challenges because they are afraid to fall. Machiavelli observed that the world respects those who take calculated risks, who face adversity with courage. Weakness thrives in avoidance. Strength thrives in engagement. Reframe failure as feedback, not judgment. Each setback is a lesson, a chance to refine your strategy, and an opportunity to grow stronger than before. Physical and mental endurance remain vital. Weakness often hides in comfort zones. Machiavelli praised rulers who could endure hardship because resilience wins battles that brute force alone cannot. Push your limits physically and mentally. Train your body with discipline. Condition your mind to tolerate discomfort, uncertainty, and stress. The combination of a strong body and a disciplined mind creates a formidable foundation that weakness cannot penetrate. Let's talk about emotional mastery. Many people are ruled by anger, jealousy, or impulsive desire. These emotions, when unchecked, lead to poor decisions and vulnerability. Machiavelli emphasized the importance of strategic emotional control. To erase weakness, develop self-awareness. Observe your reactions, pause before responding, and align your actions with your long-term objectives. Strength lies in composure. Weakness hides in uncontrolled emotion. Another hidden form of weakness is rigidity in thinking. A rigid mind resists change, clings to past ideas, and fails to adapt to new circumstances. Machiavelli warned that fortune favors those who are flexible. To erase weakness, cultivate adaptability. Embrace new knowledge, anticipate changes, and pivot when necessary. The strongest individuals are not those who never fail. They are those who adapt and thrive despite challenges. Consider ambition and purpose. Weakness thrives in aimlessness. Without clear goals, energy scatters and fear grows. Machiavelli stressed the importance of vision. Set concrete objectives, pursue them relentlessly, and let strategy guide your actions. A focused mind has clarity. A weak mind drifts. When your actions align with purpose, weakness loses its hold. Weakness also manifests in overattachment to people, outcomes, and expectations. Machiavelli taught detachment as a tool of power. Emotional attachment can cloud judgment, slow decision-making, and amplify vulnerability. Practice detachment. Value people and outcomes, but do not let them control your inner strength. This balance allows freedom to act decisively, to pursue strategy over sentiment. Let's not forget patience and timing. Weakness appears when action is impulsive or delayed unnecessarily. Machiavelli emphasized that knowing when to act is as important as the action itself. Cultivate timing, observe patterns, anticipate outcomes, and strike strategically. Strength emerges from calculated moves. Weakness emerges from recklessness or indecision. Finally, remember that erasing weakness is not an event. It is a journey. It requires daily discipline, awareness, and courage. Every fear faced, every habit changed, every moment of self-mastery is a victory. Strength is cultivated, nurtured, and maintained. Weakness is overcome one deliberate step at a time. Imagine yourself as a strategist shaping your destiny. Weakness is the material to be removed. Fear, doubt, indecision, emotional volatility, and complacency, they are the cracks in your foundation. With daily practice, unwavering focus, and Machiavellian insight, you can carve away these weaknesses and reveal the strong, resilient, and strategic individual within. By understanding fear, mastering emotion, cultivating discipline, and acting strategically, you erase weakness permanently. Strength becomes your default state, and the world responds accordingly. Weakness is temporary. Strength is your design. Each day, each decision, each action is your opportunity to reinforce it. Let's go deeper into the concept of personal weakness. Weakness often thrives in ignorance, when we fail to understand ourselves or the world around us. Machiavelli believed that knowledge is power. To erase weakness, you must seek understanding relentlessly. Study human behavior, observe patterns, and analyze situations objectively. The person who understands the mechanics of power, influence, and decision-making is never weak, because they can navigate challenges strategically rather than reactively. Now consider the role of courage. Many mistakes and weaknesses arise from fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of loss. Machiavelli observed that courage is not the absence of fear, but the mastery over it. To erase weakness, cultivate courage in daily life. Take small risks, make difficult decisions, and confront uncomfortable truths about yourself. Each courageous act strengthens your character. Each act of avoidance deepens weakness. Courage is the foundation upon which all other forms of strength are built. Let's explore the power of reflection. Weakness often grows when we fail to learn from experience. Machiavelli emphasized self-reflection as a tool for improvement. At the end of each day, review your actions. Ask yourself, what did I do well? Where did I falter? What could I have done differently? Reflection allows you to transform mistakes into lessons, fear into insight, and decision into strategy. A mind that reflects actively is a mind that weakens less. Another crucial source of weakness is distraction. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, opinions, entertainment, noise. Weak minds are pulled in multiple directions, losing focus and energy. Machiavelli's principle was clear. Focus is power. Erase weakness by practicing intense focus. Set priorities, eliminate unnecessary distractions, and dedicate yourself fully to the task at hand. Concentrated effort multiplies effectiveness. Scattered attention diminishes influence. Let's talk about resilience in relationships. Weakness is often exposed in how we handle interpersonal challenges. People who react emotionally, who crave approval, or who avoid conflict lose authority and respect. Machiavelli advised that leaders must maintain composure, assert boundaries, and act strategically in relationships. Similarly, you can erase weakness by practicing emotional intelligence, listening deeply, responding calmly, and navigating social dynamics with awareness. Strength in relationships comes from presence, clarity, and control. Consider also the weakness of overplanning without action. Many people spend so much time preparing and thinking that they never act. Machiavelli observed that fortune favors the bold. Action is the antidote to weakness. Implement your plans decisively. Take imperfect steps if necessary. Adjust as you go. The person who acts learns faster, grows stronger, and gains influence. The person who hesitates grows weaker with every passing moment. Now, let's address the importance of self-reliance. Weakness thrives in dependency, relying too much on others' support, guidance, or resources. Machiavelli believed that the strongest individuals are those who can stand alone, develop skills, knowledge, and resilience that allow you to navigate challenges independently. Self-reliance is not arrogance, it is preparation. When you are capable of acting on your own, weakness cannot dictate your choices. Another layer of weakness is complacency. People often settle into comfort, mistaking ease for success. Machiavelli warned against this trap. Comfort breeds stagnation, while challenges breed strength. To erase weakness, continually push your limits, physically, mentally, and strategically. Learn new skills, pursue growth, and challenge your assumptions. Complacency is the silent killer of potential. Constant improvement is the antidote. Let's explore the subtle but destructive weakness of emotional overattachment. People cling to outcomes, expectations, or people, and when circumstances shift, they collapse. Machiavelli taught that detachment is a key to power.